What's up, y'all? We are sitting under this big, beautiful tree right now. And yeah, I'm gonna do a little mini vlog because I'm in this park. And honestly, it's actually closed, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And I was only able to get in because the person that I was riding the bike with, he has a friend here and he let me come in. But honestly, this place is absolutely gorgeous. They were telling me like I can't go too far because there's some people who are bad out there, like much farther outside of the barrier. I don't know where that is, but honestly, I'm just chilling and I'm just really just soaking it all in right now, for real. This place is beautiful. I had been wanting to come to the park for the longest, and I finally had been able to come to the park, and I'm able to, really soak it in sitting under this beautiful big tree right here. Really just take it in. I'm gonna do a little video montage as well so y'all can see some parts of the park that I am walking in. But yeah, it's been quite the journey since I came here in DR. Quite the journey. And honestly, as much as I was struggling to have a good day today, this is a blessing. This is a blessing to be here right now, to be inside of this park, to be here. It's beautiful, and I'm really glad that I spent my little coins to get here, because honestly, shoot, it's gorgeous. What's up, y'all? So I just been literally sitting here and just reflecting, for real, reflecting on like everything that's been going on. To not my surprise, and probably not y'all's surprise either, my mom and I are still not in good standings, and it's not really anything that it is for me to fix. It genuinely is something that only time can really decide what happens with that relationship, but right now it's not active right now. And I've been thinking a lot about basically where I'm gonna go next. Y'all have been with me since I was living in my car, and I was driving around Pennsylvania and driving around freaking Ohio and stuff, trying to figure out where I was gonna go or what I was gonna do. And it's not much different now. I had been freaking out, like literally, like really bad this past weekend, just stressing and having really bad anxiety, because I was just like, what am I going to do? I don't know where I'm going to go after this. I don't have a home per se, to basically say it in layman's terms. I don't have a house that I can be like, oh yeah, I'm going to go here when I, have my return ticket on March 2nd for me to basically get back into, business or whatnot. And I was freaking out because of that. And I was just like, I just remember like, but that isn't any different from what we've already experienced before. This is not anything new. I've lived in my car. I lived in a shelter in LA, in South Central LA, in Hollywood for 7 months. I had, slept in people's couches and random places of people I did not know. I stayed in Pennsylvania with this guy that I barely knew. All of these places that I've been, I did it alone, and I did it on my own, and I figured it out myself. Some way, somehow, somewhere, God made a way for me to figure it out. And now that I've been away from that space for a good amount of time, i.e. my mother's house, my nervous system is more so trying to get used to the fact that it has to be able to hold a frequency, hold a container of space that it's never held before, that is a lot greater and stronger and more, it's asking a lot more of me than I've ever had to really deal with before. And that can be really, really jarring. It can be really nerve-wracking. It can be really stressful. But honestly, I have to remind myself, this is nothing that I haven't done before. This is nothing new. It's just that the feelings, the emotions that are tied with the fact that I am sick and tired of living a life like this, that I want to have my own house. I don't want to keep running. I don't want to keep having to do this, having to survive. I want to actually live and thrive, and I want to be poured into, and I want to be, taken care of, not only by myself, but my community and by others. That is something that I am craving at this moment, and that I have been craving for a little bit. And like, honestly, I hadn't even been able to realize what it is that I wanted, or really understand what it is that I am looking for, what's in the future, because I've been so caught up with what's going on in this current moment, what's going on right now, what's going on, like in this current day and age with the, you guys see how the US looks like, you already know. And here, I feel like I like to say that I'm doing research. I'm doing on the ground field research. This is my study abroad, but without the university tied with it. But literally, this is my research. I have been really, soaking in certain parts in certain regions and places of Dominican Republic in general, because I have been going to, I went to 2 different cities before this, or 3 different now, and just observing the lifestyle, observing the people, and observing, the way that they live. And not only is it very resemblant of Los Angeles, specifically, South Los Angeles, where it's really poverty stricken, it's also really resemblant of, other areas where there's just not a lot of access to modernization, modern technology, the things that, the U.S. loves to bank on and loves to invest into at this current moment, with, literally everything, modernizing everything. And it's like, I don't know if this is just because this is how the world is, or this is just Dominican Republic, because obviously I haven't been to other countries yet, which I obviously will be going to different countries. I'm not gonna give y'all too many details on that, but I don't know if this is how the whole entire world is, or if this is just a thing, but I feel like the common pattern and theme that I'm starting to realize and understand is how a poverty and a scarcity mindset works, and how rich people think, or how people with money think, whether they have a scarcity mindset or not, because you can still have lots of money in your account and still have a scarcity mindset, or have a perverted mindset because of, obviously what you went through in your past. Not perverted like that, but poverty based. We know what I'm saying. And being able to tell those differences within the people is really interesting to me, because not only do I love to study human nature, human science, how people interact with one another and within a community, and how that ties to the greater world, or the people even in their immediate vicinity, or their immediate community, or in their workspace. There's so many things that will come up in those spaces, or come up for people like that. My butt hurts. I'm gonna get up now. Thank you, tree. I patted the tree goodbye. I love you. It's a beautiful tree. But yeah, I'm gonna just walk and talk with y'all. But yeah, look at this place, y'all. This place is gorgeous. It's beautiful here, and I'm very, very grateful that I am here. It's just that I don't know if y'all realize, okay, exposure, come on. I don't know if y'all realize, but when you're in a place that resembles everything, like the roots and the beginnings of your mom, and like how she started, how she grew up, and how she became the person that she is today, that can still rub off on you in some way. And during this trip, I had reconnected with my mom because I had gotten food poisoning. I talked about it on my Instagram, but to give you guys the recap, I basically got food poisoning and I got really sick, and that really sucked. And I was basically just like, so I need help because I don't have any money. And she reached out, or more so she replied after, frequent attempts to contact her and try to be like, so, the reason why I got food poisoning, this will make more sense, is mostly because the way that they prepare food there and the way that, we handle food in the U.S. is very differently. So basically, I got sick because there was bacteria that was growing on the food because it was handled not correctly and not as best as it could have been. And because of that, it got me sick, but obviously the rest of my family didn't get sick because they're used to eating foods like that, and it's really normal for them. It's really typical. But for me, it's not at all. It's very like my stomach is sensitive, basically. There's some birds. But so I'll look at the playground. Wow, this is beautiful. So basically for me, it was more so like my stomach was not aware of what was going on, and so I was trying to basically tell her, because not only was my family, making a big deal because I was there without my mom really knowing, because I wanted to go on a trip. I'm not worried about talking about my mom or talking to my mom about going on this trip. But they had felt that it was necessary for me to contact them. Just to say it shortly, in basic terms, it was a connection that I don't feel like it was absolutely necessary for me to continue or to reopen. And so it had caused what was going on, or what is going on. And that's my fault. Because, I did have food poisoning, but at the same time, I didn't have to reopen that communication or that contact. And it did me worse than it did me good. And the good part is that I recovered very fast from food poisoning. I have been just basically out here really absorbing and learning not only about, myself, and learning about my life and what I like to do and what I want and where do I see myself, because I did come out here thinking and, pondering on the thought of living here. I didn't know for sure if I wanted to, but after some, configuration and learning and stuff, I did, I am interested in it. I just don't think and don't feel that I am ready to be here right now. I don't feel like I'm in a position where I am prepared to start a life here in the way that I want to. And I know that, and I am able to say that with confidence, and not because of a lack or a poverty-based mindset. It's more so the fact that I know what I like, and I know what I want for myself. I know the way that I want to live, and I know what fills me, what fills my cup, and what makes me happy. And it's like, you can have a lot of these beautiful things in the world, but if you don't have X, Y, and Z, it's like basically having, Gucci, but it's the fake Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the fake label, but you have something that looks like it's Gucci, but it's not real. And I don't want that. I want the real Gucci if I'm gonna get and invest into something that is luxury. And luxury is a whole metaphor. You gotta understand what I'm saying. It's a metaphor, okay? You gotta pick up what I'm putting down. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think that that's actually really wise and respectable of me, because I know what I want. And I have confirmation burp. I have a life for myself that is very beautiful in my head. That is extremely beautiful. I have so many goals and so many passions and things that I want to invest into, and I have goals that I want to reach, and that I also want to live. I also want to live while I am accomplishing these goals and these dreams. 14:14 on the clock. And I haven't done a message like this with y'all or for y'all in a long time. And honestly, I feel like this is the perfect time to do it because I'm here. I'm mostly alone, I think. There's a lot of insects and animals here, so they're providing me some company, but I'm gonna do this before the sun goes down because I'm not staying out here in the dark. But yeah, this place is really beautiful, and I am grateful for being here. I think that this is also just more research. I've been doing a lot of research, you could say, since I haven't been in college. I would like to even say I've been traveling since I haven't been in college, and that's something that a lot of people don't accomplish until much further and longer into their career or whatever it is that they're doing for their lives. And I'm proud to say that I'm doing it now. You know, I'm proud of myself that I have been branching out there, and I have been exploring, and I have been trying things, and I have been doing it scared. I have been doing it uncomfortable. I have been doing it unprepared and not ready, and all of these things because I had the audacity to do it. And I just said, why not? You know, like, who is going to tell me no? Who is out here telling me that I can't do this? If I'm over 21, who is telling me that I can't? Nobody. There are people that try to, but I'm just like, we don't even have the same mindset about life, though. And life, and about what we can do and what is possible and what isn't possible. Just because money is a barrier does not mean that it doesn't mean that it excludes you out of the equation completely. You're still capable of doing the things that you love to do and that you want to do, even if you're not ready for it. But again, going back to my metaphor, I personally don't want to live a life where I am living with the luxury on the outside, but truly it's not the genuine brand, it's not the genuine label or the quality of what it is that I am doing for myself. So that is why I'm going to be basically starting over in a way that's completely different compared to before. And I am not going to self-sabotage. I'm not going to go about it in the ways that I have done before, because I deserve to live a life that is sweet, that is stable, that is loving, that has a community, that is warmed, that is honest, that is good. And I believe that, you know, whatever path I may take, I have two different paths. There's two different paths that I have currently, and I'm not going to be giving explanations or details on any of them until I am already within it and already in it. That's one thing that I will say that I've learned since I've been out here, is that when you have a plan to do something and to accomplish something, do not tell nobody what's going on until you're already in it, because nobody can say or do anything once you're already there or once you're already in it. You just do it in silence. And when you're out there, when you do it, people are going to be like, what? Huh? What do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, that's why you don't say nothing. So, and you also don't say anything for your own protection, so that people don't project their own ideas and things onto you, especially if you're new and you're starting off your journey into, you know, being an entrepreneur, or, you know, starting to discover what your purpose is, or starting to accept the person that you are, that you've always have been, but has been pushed into being small or having to shrink because of society. That you have to remember, you have to protect yourself first and foremost. It's like basically protecting a baby from, for example, explicit content before they're even ready to even understand what that is. It has to do with life as well. You cannot give people all of the details in every single part of your life until you are at a point where you are developed enough in your own self and in your own life and in own character and self-knowing and ability and confidence to be able to share it with others, because it will be very easy to get thrown off track. It will be very easy for people to throw you off of your place or your you know, stance or whatever, you know. it is that you got going on, because it's underdeveloped and it's still in construction and you're still figuring things out and you still don't know for sure about what you want. You're still not 100% sure about what you like to do or who you are as a person. And I am still, nearing the end of this transition and nearing the end of this process. And I can tell and say from the beginning, from when I first started off, things feel a lot different than they used to. I feel a lot different about myself than I used to. And now I feel a lot more confident. I feel a lot more reassured. I feel a lot more secure in who I am and who I am becoming and what I like to do and what I want to do. Because I took the time alone, without listening to everybody else. And I can say confidently, if I go a certain path that looks conventional or looks traditional, it's not because I'm trying to be conventional or traditional. It's because I know in my heart what I got going on and what I want to do, and I know how to separate a conventional or traditional path from it being a stepping stone and it being a tool, and still maintaining authenticity and being honest to who I am and what my path is and what I want to do. That's two different things, So just because your life may look normal on the outside or look normal in, what you may do, like you may be like walking and doing exercise or eating a vegan, health lifestyle or whatever that is, that can look normal on the outside, but truly what it is for at the end of the day. It could be for manifesting and doing, glamour magic, or adding more power into your life, into your daily routine, into your manifestation rituals and everything that you are trying to call in for yourself. And it can be very discreet on the outside and not everybody needs to be in your business. So it's like, everybody don't know what you got going on, and everybody shouldn't. And everybody doesn't know what they are talking about when they see somebody on the outside doing certain things. They don't really know what's going on the inside, because I can tell you, I've been doing a lot of things on my own, and y'all do not know what I've been going through. Y'all do not know what I've had to do, the work that I've had to go through to get to where I am today. But trust and believe, it's a lot of stuff that you can't see on the outside. That's one thing I will say. So I'm saying all that to say, wherever you are in your own life, I need y'all to really be patient and take the most grace with yourself in this life and with your path. Because I don't really fully know where I'm going with my path. I don't really know what I want to do in terms of right now, but I have ideas of how I can get from where I am now to where I want to be, and take very, very small steps in doing so. And are they all right or wrong? There's not really any idea or there's no such thing as right or wrong. It's really more so what feels aligned and what doesn't. And if it doesn't feel aligned, then I got to make that pivot and I got to make that change whenever I feel that. But I have a lot of things in store, and I have a lot of great things that I know will be happening and that I have planned this year. And I'm just excited to see how it unfolds. But for right now, it's important to just really be here and be present and enjoy this vacation that I have, because I spent $500 on my ticket, and I am not gonna let it go to waste. I have less than 2 weeks here, and then that's it. So however much time I have left here, y'all, I'm gonna make the most of it and just pray and really hope that everything is always gonna work out for its greatest good. Even though I have no idea what's going on. I don't. But not everything is up to me to handle. Not everything is up for me to figure out. But with that, I'm gonna let y'all go. And until the next update, y'all, I love you guys so much. And I thank you if you watch this video, especially until the end, because it's been a while since I've uploaded, and I appreciate you guys still sticking and rocking with me. That's one thing that I get a little discouraged about, is taking really long breaks. But at the same time, everything is always for a reason, and I've been going through a lot, so I'm just happy that I'm here now and that I'm doing this now. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next video, and probably, I don't know if I'll still be here or I won't be here, but you guys will figure out in the next one. Stay tuned. I love you guys. Peace and blessings. Bye. Y'all, I'm literally sitting out here trying to find a way to get back to my house right now because I went to the park and yeah, I don't really know how I'm gonna get back, but we're trying to call, my friend and we're trying to call a motorcycle to come get me, to come take me back, because I don't know how I'm gonna get back. So yeah, that's the annoying part, but we're here until we find some way to get back, I guess. Shit, sitting here waiting until we find somebody to take me back. Shit. But yeah, I'm thirsty too. What's up, y'all? So I just got done going on the motorcycle to get back to my house or whatnot, and I had my foot on this part of the motorcycle, and I was thinking the whole time, I was like, why is my foot hot? Guys, I get off the fucking motorcycle and I already knew that this bitch was ruined. Look at my fucking boot, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. All the way down to the fucking sole, y'all. My toe is in there. These boots are ruined, bruh. I know that these boots were needing to be replaced after a long time, but damn, I didn't think today was going to be the day that they was going to get ruined like this. When I tell y'all, bro, Doc Martens are the most durable boot. I've been having these for probably 3 years or 2, I don't even know. It's definitely been 3 years. These boots are durable as fuck. Y'all, these boots have never broken on me, never given out on me. They withstood and protected my foot from the exhaust pipe of the motorcycle. Thank you, Doc Marten, and please sponsor this message so I can get some new boots, because that ain't even no joke. That ain't even a joke, bro, y'all. I'm bootless now. Shoot.